turning the yarns in tow. Through Alberta's fields where the wild winds blow. Connie threads tales with Helen spin. Kim's got the tea, let the chatter begin. The Abiaks, they weave the sound of yarn and fiber all around. Knit one pearl, one story's flow. Tales of stitches everywhere we go.
Welcome everyone. Tonight the Yaks will be talking about summer knitting projects or crochet projects, but just things that are a little lighter, easier, and more portable for the summer. Helen, what are your favorite kind of projects for summer?
Something that does not require 56 inches of heavy blanket on my lap when it's 30 degrees outside.
Now.
I love doing blankets, but they get very hot after a while.
Yeah.
Even thinking about what shawl you're doing, I mean, I did a sweater shawl shrug thing from Knit Attitude, and it's like 8 to 10 feet long when you're finished, and that's a lot to keep on your...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a simple knit, but it's just a lot of it. It's very pretty when it's done, but man, a lot of it. So I don't like doing things in small pieces normally because I don't like having to sew them together.
Yes, not a fan of seaming.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know, summer's a good time to maybe look at doing some of that smaller project stuff that you just have to do, you know, even crocheting, you know, do a simple granny square, anything, you know, just do a bunch of grannies and throw them together.
Yeah.
Try some different techniques. You know,
Exactly.
even Tunisian, you know, you can do larger squares, sew them together, and you've got a front, a back, and 2 sleeves for a sweater. You know, it's just a really unique pattern. It just more, I think, to do with the weight of the wool you're using. I think the lighter the wool, the more into, you know, into the 2s, the 1s.
Yeah, it's not the time for the bulky and chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And even more of a cotton or linen. Again, that's a whole different technique, though, because, of course, it doesn't stretch. It doesn't give like the yarn does. It's acrylic or wool. But you can just certainly create some beautiful things with linens. I still have the hemp project to try yet. So.
Oh.
So that'll probably be my summer project, is working through my hemp vest cover.
Interesting.
Kim, what about you?
I've been known to work on sweaters during the summer. I have one on the go right now. I'll probably keep working on the body on because it's in the body. It's straight stockinette all the way around. I probably won't be working on my Tidal Treasures one because that one is drops air. And I think that yarn's just a little too warm to have laying on my lap when it's warm.
Yeah, I would think so. Insulating.
Yeah. Otherwise, I tend to work on things like shawls, socks, baby blankets, toques, because, I mean, winter, we're in Alberta, winter is coming. Almost needed one last weekend when it was like 4 degrees out.
Yes.
So, this is Alberta. We could use a toque year round, depending on the weather. How about you, Connie?
Summertime. I'm working on the little stuff too. Like everybody says, I don't want a lap full of, you know, throw size blanket on me when it's that hot. A lot of socks, a lot of hats. I really want to do some fingerless mitts this year. I'd like to do that. It's something I've always wanted to do and haven't done. So I think that's on my list. Maybe some granny squares. We'll have to see, but definitely it's nice to do socks and things. You can wear them in the summer, but you need really need them in the winter, and it's just such a light portable project. But I like to have something to take with me that I don't have to think about if I'm taking it on the go.
Mm-hmm.
And we camp and stuff too with our trailers, so I need to have stuff that's not going to take up a whole bunch of space. I mean, we have a good sized trailer, but I need that little light project to take along. About to embark on a road trip, so I'll definitely need some very simple things because I'm a yak that, well, will yak if I look down too much in the car. So,
Oh, a yakking yak.
always been that
Wow.
way. Yes, I'll
Yeah.
be yakking, all right. Yeah, no. I have to look up at the horizon pretty regularly. In fact, I even have the car motion thing on my phone with the dots that move and stuff to help because I can't even look down at my phone too long in the
Mm-hmm.
car. So,
I've never heard of
yeah.
that. I didn't know you could do that on your phone.
It's a new feature that came up and it said, "Do you want to try this motion thing?" And I was like, yes, I do. Because like I said, I literally can't even look down at my phone for too long and read.
Mm.
I can't read. Yeah.
That
But I like road trips.
that's when
So,
audiobooks are a nice thing because I mean you just have to listen to them.
nah, that's when I subject my spouse to, car karaoke.
I think
Subject whatever my mood is at the time,
I think
along with dancing in the passenger seat. And yeah,
Oh, so do I need to send you the road trip playlist?
no, I'm good. I have several playlists that I can torment him with. Luckily, we mostly like the same music,
Mm-hmm.
so yes, there's lots of no, that song is not for singing and dancing. Next song.
I think mine would get out and walk rather than do
Mine just puts the music on and leaves me to it. So
If mine's driving, he'll just change the song from the steering wheel. And if he's the passenger, he'll just reach over and turn it off. Or grab my phone and change what I'm listening to.
that sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
You know,
We have
growing
no
up
secrets. We share passwords.
growing
Yeah.
up doing road trips, I mean, I don't know if you guys did these sort of things too, but we always had sort of look for different license plates or who could see
Punch
the most
buggy.
red cars.
Yeah.
Punch buggies. So somebody was punch buggying earlier, if I remember, on a road trip we were doing together.
Why, yes, someone was. Yes. That reminds me the road trip bingo and stuff of traveling with our boys when they were younger. Where did they think was a great place to play bingo? Saskatchewan. Out in the middle of farm. I'm like, do you see it? What do you see on your right? They're like fields of corn. I'm like, what do you see on your left? Fields of wheat. Do you see anything else? No. Then let's play later.
So we went out one year and I was driving out with my sister and brother-in-law. And my parents were already out there and they were at my aunt's and my dad called. And he's trying to give us directions, but he grew up in the area. So he's telling us whose farm to turn at. Well, the person whose farm
Oh,
he's telling
yes.
us to turn at hasn't lived there in probably 60 years. So he phones me
Of
and,
course.
well, where are you? On a road. Well, which
On
road?
a
Well,
road.
there's a cow. He's learned not to ask me where I am in Saskatchewan. I'm on a road. There's a cow.
And then when you're doing your summer knitting projects, do you do like a lighter, smaller notions bag or how do you coordinate that?
Personally, I
Oh, you
have
mean
3 or 4 notions bags and none of them are overly big. So I'll just grab one of them and toss it in.
And Helen?
I normally grab I have a smaller one that is about the size of a wallet, made by somebody who will go unnamed.
It
In
actually
my
is a wallet, Helen.
I know it is a wallet, but but I use it as my Notion bag. It's perfect.
Okay.
It has all the slots for the different, the different little things I need. It's perfect, and it has a latch so it stays shut.
Mm-hmm.
True, true.
Of course, it's in one of my favorite television shows, but that's beside the point. Uh, it's a good thing it's larger on the inside than the out. Say no more. Say no more. Anyway, so that's the one I normally take when I'm traveling, just because it is convenient. It does close and it latches. It does have a little clasp on it to keep it closed, so things don't have a tendency to fall out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, don't want to be losing your good stuff.
No.
I sometimes will even pare down to pack for what I need for the project.
Yeah.
Wow.
Depends how much space and time I have. If I'm going somewhere where I don't think I'm going to have a lot of time and only have a couple of projects, I might only take what those projects require.
Mm-hmm.
Travel light. Well, that might be why I can never find anything when I'm looking for it. What bag is it in?
Yeah. But I mean, we went through that even in Olds trying to find a pen.
Yeah. Yeah. In my normal stuff, I would have had at least a pencil,
Mm-hmm.
but I was traveling on light because we were only there for one night. So
Yeah.
Well, and we need to reiterate that a pen that worked. We did manage to find a pen.
Yeah.
Just didn't work. And it's funny because even in the hotel didn't have a pen. Like normally there's a pen
No.
in a drawer or something. And even that seems to
Yeah.
show our age, be a thing of the past. But
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I mean, that was something I noticed. There was no pen in the drawer and no Bible in the drawer. Not that I'm religious. It
Oh,
was just something that I noticed.
yeah, they used to always have one.
Yeah.
yeah,
So.
the Gideons used to put them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were also talking, hotels have even gotten away from the adjoining rooms.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that's more of a motel thing now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, part of that could be security is,
They tend to be older,
Yeah.
so they're a little older styles.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it
but
could
newer
also,
hotels, you just don't see it.
or it could also be with construction.
mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, that too, and now they do suites instead.
Yeah.
well, they did suites before, but you used to be able to get two together, two or three sometimes even
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
life changes.
Yes.
It does. It does indeed. So, are you ladies planning any road trips this summer? Not taking your yarn yonder?
I don't know if I am. I know Helen's taking one up here in a couple of weeks or a
I
few
was gonna
weeks.
say,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm heading up your way. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
for a joint
That's about it.
fun weekend and things we have to talk about weekend.
Yes.
There's always that.
Oh,
There's
so
always
We throw in a
we don't
musical.
mind those. We like those. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And throw in a musical. Actually, I think that's the first weekend for Taste of Edmonton as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Personally, I avoid downtown if I don't have to go down there for work.
Yeah. Indeed. So maybe we'll have to check out some yarn while you're here, Helen.
Yeah.
Oh, darn! Do we have to?
Well, we should.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to figure out where we can get, because our show's Saturday at 1:30.
Okay.
Mhm.
So most of the yarn shops are closed on Sundays.
Well, we can always. Well, are they open Friday evening?
Other than Michael's, probably not.
No. But we may not be yarn shopping.
I
Oh,
don't know. I'm sure we'll find something to do.
I mean, some of them used to do
Home
extended
sense,
hours.
here we come.
Yeah, some of them used to do extended hours, but a lot of them get away from extended hours in the summer months.
Huh.
Yeah, I suppose.
Um,
Because people are outside doing other things. Maybe we could just find a nice patio somewhere and have our own knit in public day.
sounds lovely.
Yes. So.
but let me see if Joe's maybe has extended hours on Fridays.
Oh,
I feel like it's Thursdays.
Yeah,
yeah, I was
Thursdays
gonna
it's
say,
till 6.
yeah,
Fridays and Saturdays till 5.
yeah. Oh well, like I like Connie's idea. We'll just find somewhere and sit and have our own.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We'll find somewhere good.
Yes.
I mean, I can knit pretty well anywhere. I've knit on the beach. I've knit on the train.
I am careful
Yeah.
with what I knit when I'm sitting in front of the fire, though. I want to make sure whatever it is, it's not flammable or meltable.
Yes.
That would be a hint you're sitting too close to the fire.
I don't know. One spark, and that's all you need sometimes.
And I have a tendency to make rather moderately sized fires. I've gotten better.
What? They're not 6 feet high anymore?
No.
No, she gave us the tamed down versions when we were at Sylvan Lake
Yes.
at Rundle.
Yes.
Pigeon Lake.
Pigeon, that's it.
Yes.
I knew it was
That's it.
something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. So we're looking at summer projects. So let us know what your what you're planning for summer projects. Do you do lighter things over the summer? Are we the only ones who do silly things?
Or are you starting your Christmas knits?
Well, now there's a thought. Yes.
If you knit at the speed I do, then yes.
For Christmas 2026.
Exactly. Exactly. Start now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We didn't say which Christmas. We just said
No, yeah.
Exactly. That's why I don't do things like say I'm going to knit everybody a sweater for Christmas, because it'd be one sweater per Christmas
Hmm.
per
Right.
for one person until I get around to you again.
Yes.
Now I must admit, in the summer, I do like to be behind my spinning wheel. I love to sit outside or where it's beautiful sunshine and a slightest breeze gets rid of all the fluffies for you.
Plus the birds can pick them up.
That's right. Yep. But yeah, I do like to spin in the summer.
Excellent.
I tend a lot of times in the summer to hide in the basement and quilt. But the sun and I aren't always good friends, so
No, that's yeah. I just take my knitting or crocheting everywhere with me. I take it to appointments, I take it to work. I just take it. If I'm going, it's going to. I'm almost one of those people where it's like if my yarn can't go, I'm not going.
I keep a knitting project in my desk at work, so if everything crashes, I have something to do.
Exactly. Yeah. If the power goes out or something, there's really nothing else you can do.
Yeah,
So.
but I can knit or crochet.
Exactly. I have to learn to be able to do it without looking. That's a challenge.
I can knit without looking. Purling, I have to look, and crocheting, I have to look.
As I sit here looking, yes.
One year for Christmas, for the children, for the kids at church, I crocheted the 6-sided Christmas stockings. You know, the 6-sided granny square that flip into the Christmas stock. I knit 300 of them.
Knit or crochet?
Crochet 300 of them.
How
Let me tell you,
did that take you?
2 months.
How big were they?
Well, they were, granny square, 4 rows high,
Okay. No, I was thinking you made like full sized.
Oh, no, no, no. These were the Christmas decoration ones,
Okay.
but like 300 of them in 2 months. Talk about doing them with your eyes closed. You pretty well did them in your sleep.
Wow. I just can't even imagine making that.
Well, I didn't think it would be that many, and then they just kept coming, and then it was like, oh, dear.
Oh my.
We
So
had a
how many
Christmas
could you get out
party.
of a ball of yarn?
You know what? I probably don't remember anymore. All I know is because we got given all sorts of bits of yarn.
Hmm.
Good way to use up scraps for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are you
So,
ladies working on tonight?
I'm still sitting and crocheting that baby blanket with what they called the crunch stitch. It's coming right along though.
Hmm.
Almost done. Couple inches to go. So, and then I'll be on to my next project, or I will pick up a work in progress and work on that. So, how about you, Kim?
I'm working on the Eyelet Burst shawl by Stephen West.
Oh, nice. How's it going?
It's a really simple pattern. It's 2 rows, and one of the rows is all knitting.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm using yarn that I had actually dyed myself with food coloring, but it's coming together.
Very pretty. Yeah.
It's going to be very large. I may need to attach a couple of cables together
Yeah.
because I'm still on the first of 400-yard balls of sock yarn that it calls for.
Well, it was not small when we tried it on, and that was something I really have to say that I enjoyed when we
Mhm.
went into Numana because we were, well, pretty much drooling over it. To be invited to take it right off the display and to try it on to see if we liked it, that's really what got
Yeah.
us, I think, to say let's get the pattern for
Mhm.
it for sure. You know, you see things and you think, oh, that's so pretty, and you see them in pictures, but sometimes they just don't fit well on your frame.
Yeah.
yeah.
I find that particularly with shawlettes, which are a nice summer knit, but being, a plus size person,
Mhm.
not all shawlettes are great for plus size
I
people.
know.
I like the ones where they say just knit until you're happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of skimpy shawls for myself
Yeah.
because I'm usually
Yeah.
using them in place of a sweater or something. So
Exactly. Exactly. And what are you working on, Helen?
Well, I just have a little side note to start with. You're talking about doing a Steve West pattern, and
Mm-hmm.
his stuff, as we know, is famous for his color. Did you see the one he released this week?
no, I didn't.
I did not.
Something Reykjavik is reminiscent of the houses in Reykjavik.
Oh, okay.
So,
And aren't they
Oh,
like the ones in Newfoundland?
yeah, yeah,
that
absolutely.
would be very colorful.
Oh, it was. It was lovely. I was going, oh, I was tempted to buy the pattern, but I haven't done it yet.
I was just proud that I found 4 skeins of yarn that went together to make the shawl in my stash.
Well, yeah, that's the nice thing is it's using up stash. That's right. Yeah.
Well, been trying to do that for sure. So, I mean, if I just couldn't believe I could find 4 that went together. Apparently, I have a theme.
Pinks and purples.
Pinks and purple and blue, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ah,
so
that'll do it.
that'll
Well,
do it. And they were all just close enough that they're going to work. And I'm going to make that same Stephen West shawl myself. So,
Hmm.
lovely. Yeah, and they're always so big
mm-hmm.
and generous, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah, like you said, for me, it was trying it on and just the way it felt on, and I was like, yeah, absolutely, I have to make
Yeah,
that.
and
So
hearing from someone that made it that it's kind of a mindless knit, so you can sit and watch a show while it's on and still know what you're doing. The
exactly,
only thing
exactly.
I've done that the pattern didn't call for is I've added 2 extra stitch markers because on this one it wants you to slip the last 3 stitches on each row.
Hmm.
And if I don't mark where the 3 stitches are, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Exactly, I'll be doing the same.
I was going to say, yep, do the same thing.
Yeah.
But what am I working on presently?
Absolutely.
Sorry, Helen.
Well, that's okay. No, I'm the one who went down the rabbit hole. Um, that was my fault. Um, spoiler alert. We're looking at doing sock techniques over the summer. So each week will be a summer of socks. So one time we'll be taking a look at heels, another time at toes. Do you like toe up? Do you like cuff down? And just to take a look. And so a few years ago, many years ago, yes, many years ago,
Mhm.
someone kept telling me you can't crochet socks. And I went, challenge accepted. And so I designed some patterns for crocheted socks.
Fun.
So I dug up my book. See, I even have my book.
There you are. Yeah.
And I'm working on crocheting one of the sock patterns. So this is the toe, and I go toe up. All my patterns are toe up, just because I like the way I can check it on my feet as I go.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
Well, and to
working on.
me, that makes sense with crochet as well.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll be talking more about that and what patterns we'll be doing and what
Mhm.
yarn or whatever we chose. I think we all stash dive to see what we had.
No,
No,
no.
I
I
thought you were.
I was going to stash dive and then I wandered into Statement Junkie and I found
uh-oh.
yarn and the colorway is highlighter red.
Ooh.
Oh.
And I just could not say no to that shade.
So
Well,
we'll
there
see
you
your
go.
feet flashing and glowing in the dark. Then is what you're
Yes,
saying.
but I'll be able to find them when I have a little kitten that steals them and hides them under the bed because she likes socks.
True. True.
And you're just going to keep telling yourself that to make sure. So.
Yes. However, I may see if I have a dark color and I might add color work into the pattern I'm doing and try and make them look like watermelons.
Mm.
So you're going to
If
add a
I
little
can,
green.
yeah, if I can add some green and find a dark color to do for the seeds, just randomly throw in some dark colors for seeds.
You should have black left from the Alaska hat.
If I
That'd
can
be about the
locate
right
it, then
weight.
yes, I should.
If you can't locate yours, I can probably
Okay.
locate mine.
Like I
Yeah,
said, it was just
that would be the perfect yarn.
because I
So,
picked
yeah.
a very basic 2 at a time toe up sock, and they're just an ankle sock that I'm planning to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought if I could, do the feet so they look like, watermelon slices with green on the ankles, they could be cute.
That'd be cute.
That would be very cute.
Absolutely.
Very summery. Well,
Mhm.
we've chatted our way through our session tonight. We're really glad you grabbed your yarn and chatted with us. Again, don't forget to comment and let us know what your favorite project for the summer is. And to answer Connie's question, do you take a special notions bag? Do you put something together just for traveling?
Hmm.
So we're interested to know because inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
We're just nosy. Come on.
Yeah,
It's the herd mentality.
exactly.
Yes.
All right. Well, enjoy the weather, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy your craft, whatever it is you are doing. Let us know.
Yeah. And remember to like and subscribe, and let us know what you'd like to see us talk about next.
All right.
Hey, bye.
Bye, everyone.
From prairie sun to mountain skies, every loop a thread that ties. Spindles hum as laughter rings. Fiber dreams take flight with wings. Teacups clink, crochet hooks tap. Maps in hand, we're bridging that gap. Spin a tale, start a chain. Yarn's the map, Alberta's the lane.